have with us Shri Vikram Devdutt, IAS, Secretary Ministry of Coal, a senior IAS officer with wide administrative leadership experience, who has been instrumental in driving policy direction, interministerial coordination, and strategic reforms. His guidance strengthens the sector's focus on efficiency, aligning national priorities with on-ground execution. May I now kindly request Sir to address the gathering.
A very good morning to all of you. Honorable Union Minister for Coal and Mines, Shri G. Kishan Reddy Ji, my colleague, additional secretaries from the ministry, CMDs of NLC, CIL, SCCL, all the Coal India subsidiaries, the senior functional directors of NLC, members of the NLC family, and above all, the experts and delegates who have very kindly agreed to be part of this very important seminal conference. I believe it is very appropriate that the first ever national workshop on mine closure and repurposing is taking place here at the headquarters of NLC India Limited. For as we have seen in the couple of hours since morning, whatever has been very elaborately presented by CMD NLC in the preceding presentation is there to be seen. And as they say, seeing is believing. In fact, as we come together to deliberate on this workshop on scientific mine closure and systematic repurposing over the next 2 days, I believe it is a defining step towards building a responsible and future-ready mining ecosystem in India. The 147 nodal officers participating here reflect commitment. They also reflect a sense of purpose. And that sense of purpose has been largely driven over the last year by the vision of our Honorable Minister, who has time and again emphasized that while we do what we do efficiently for the sake of the nation, we have a larger responsibility towards the communities which inhabit the coal-mining area peripheries, as also towards Mother Nature. So to my mind, the objective of this conference, driven by his vision, his commitment, his constant drive over the last 1 year, is threefold. The first is to build awareness. We would want all stakeholders to be on the same page in terms of being aware of what the conceptual framework of mine repurposing and closure is. In fact, as many of you would know, the revised mining plan guidelines which came into effect almost a year ago in January 2025, for the first time ever, realigned the purpose of the guidelines with a strong focus on community welfare. And as the CCO has already spelled out, 25% of the amount in the escrow account is mandated for community development and livelihood generation. Additionally, 10% of the final mine closure cost has been earmarked for just transition initiatives aimed at supporting socio-economic transformation and skill development of affected communities. So the first objective is awareness. The second is to share practical knowledge. I believe there is a lot of cross-sectoral learning which can be had from the various experts and practitioners who in their own way have carried out very innovative and interesting projects in the mining areas. In fact, I believe that the possibilities of what exists is limited only by our imagination. And we can push the envelope and the frontiers very effectively so that we are able to translate a conceptual framework which, under the guidance of Honorable Minister over the last 1 year, pursuant to the mining plan guidelines, the CCO has very diligently, in consultation with all stakeholders, developed the Reclaim framework, which was launched by the Honorable Minister in the middle of last year, the Lives framework, which is a practical handbook for scientific mine closure, and a tool called Suvikalp, which is available on the website of the CCO, which provides a curated list of about 35 mine repurposing projects, pretty much cutting across the entire domain and spectrum of possibilities. So I feel the time is ripe now that the ministry has, under the guidance of Honorable Minister, prepared a conceptual framework. The baton is now to be passed on to implementation in the field, and that is where the commitment, the sense of purpose, and the clarity should emerge out of this two-day workshop. We are here to align governance, finance, technical planning, and community engagement into one broad, coherent, coordinated approach. In fact, the role of the district administration, as Honorable Minister has emphasized from time to time, is also very critical, because the best fit for any particular geography in any particular region should contain feedback from elected representatives, from NGOs, from mining companies and domain experts, which will give a solution which is to the best interest of the community. Our goal is to go beyond land reclamation. We must build enduring value, economic ecosystems and initiatives that are impact-driven, that are scalable and replicable. A successful model in one mining district should become a blueprint for others. And this is to be done with a sense of urgency. As a great nation, we are poised in our journey towards Viksit Bharat. And caring for communities and nature is also one of the pillars of Viksit Bharat. I wish you very qualitative peer learning which will strengthen resilience across all these regions. Thank you and wish you all the best.